6 crosses, 1 inverted. Hello everyone, my name is Lalchan Rampasad. I am the author of the Great Bible Fraud. 5 crosses. Bible did not state 3 crosses. This research is evidence of 5 crosses were on Calvary Hill, Janiculum Hill, Rome. E.W. Bullinger, an Anglican clergyman, biblical scholar and theologian. He was born in Canterbury, Kent, England. Wikipedia quote that Jesus was crucified on a single upright stake without crossbar, with 4, not just 2 criminals. This view was supported by a group of 5 crosses of different origins, all with crossbar, in Brittany, put together in the 18th century. 5 crosses location, Ploubezee and near Lannion, Cotes du Nord in Brittany is in northern France. Jerusalem cross. Jerusalem cross, known as 5-fold crosses, was comprised of 5 crosses. Crucifixion, 5 men. Luke 23:33. And when they came to the place called the Skull, there they crucified him and the criminals, 1 on the right and 1 on the left. Calvary Hill, Janiculum Hill. John 19:18. There they crucified him, and they also crucified 2 other men, 1 on each side, with Jesus between them. Peter plus 2 other men, plus 2 men, 1 man on each side, 5 men. Luke 23:32. 2 other men, both criminals, were also led out with him to be executed. 2 other men, plus 2 criminals, plus Peter, 5 men. Matthew 20:21. And he said unto her, What will you? She said unto him, Grant that those my 2 sons may sit, the one on your right hand and the other on your left, in your kingdom. These 2 sons, plus 1 right, plus 1 left, plus him, 5 persons. 4 bandits plus Jesus equals to 5 persons. Matthew 27:38. At that time 2 robbers were crucified with him, 1 on the right and 1 on the left. 2 bandits plus Jesus plus 1 right and plus 1 left equals to 5 persons. Matthew 27:44. And in the same way the robbers who were crucified with him also reproached him. Jesus plus 4 bandits equals to 5 persons. Calvary Hill, Janiculum Hill, Matthew 26:37. Jesus took along Peter and 2 brothers, James and John. He was very sad and troubled. Titus took Simon and 2 brothers, plus James and John, equals to 5 persons. Mark 5:37. Jesus allowed no one to go with him except Peter and the 2 brothers, James and John. Simon Peter, plus 2 brothers, plus James, plus John, equals to 5 persons. John 19:18. Where they crucified him, and with him 2 others, on this side and that, and Jesus in the middle. Simon plus 2 other sons, plus 1 on each side, 5 persons. Joshua 10:26. Then Joshua put the kings to death and exposed their bodies on 5 poles, and they were left hanging on the poles until evening. Verses confirm 5 persons crucified on 5 crosses. Numbers 31:8. Among their victims were Evi, Rekem, Zur, Hur, and Reba, the 5 kings of Midian. 5 kings crucified, Simon plus 4 sons. Inverted cross. This research has proved that Jesus Christ, an idol, was crucified upside down on an inverted cross. Christ's idol and cross became human. Peter crucified on bronze cross. 1. Acts of Peter, number 37. Crucify me thus, with the head downward and not otherwise. 2. Bramantes Tampieto, the Roman Renaissance and the Spanish crown. The 2 sources present evidence of Peter's crucifixion on an inverted cross, heels above head. Maffeo Vigio championed the view that Peter's martyrdom had occurred on the Janiculum Hill in Rome. I support his view. This research is to put more light into Peter's crucifixion. John 21:19. Now this he said, signifying by what kind of death he would glorify God. And when he had said this, he said to him, follow me. Verse is interpreted to mean Peter begged to be crucified with his head downwards. 1 cross, bronze. 2 Kings 16:14. As for the bronze altar that stood before the Lord, he brought it from the front of the temple, from between the new altar and the temple of the Lord, and put it on the north side of the new altar. Exodus 40, verse 6. Place the altar of burnt offering in front of the entrance to the tabernacle, the tent of meeting. 2 Chronicles 4:1. He made a bronze altar 20 cubits long, 20 cubits wide, and 10 cubits high. Altar was cross made of bronze. It was located at front of Jupiter Temple in Rome. It was removed and dumped on north side, Tiber River. Second idol of Christ was crucified in front of temple inside Servian walls of Rome. Inverted cross, Jupiter Temple. To make sense of claims, Peter must be analyzed. The name Peter is an entity with many members. 2 members of entity Peter in subject are Simon and Christ's idol, who spoke. Simon had 4 sons. On 15th of December 71 CE, Simon was crucified on Janiculum Hill in Rome. He was crucified with ropes together with 4 sons and heads upward, outside Servian walls. Second Christ idol, the other member of Peter entity, was crucified same day inside Servian walls in front of Jupiter Temple. John 19:18, where they nailed him to a cross. Matthew 27:35. After they had nailed him to the cross, the soldiers gambled for his clothes by throwing dice. Acts 1:18. Now this man acquired a piece of land with the wages of unrighteousness, and falling headlong, he burst in the middle, and all his inward parts gushed out. Christ's idol fell headlong. It is proof that it was nailed with head downwards. Feet attached to cross at top. Revelation 12:1. And a great sign was seen in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, and the moon underneath her feet, and on her head a crown of 12 stars. 2 feet pointed to moon. 1 man, 1 cross, cross of Christ. 1 Corinthians 2:2. For I resolved to know nothing while I was with you except Jesus Christ and him crucified. Jesus Christ and cross crucified. Crucifixion of Jesus is crucifixion of cross. Cross talked. Galatians 2:20. I am crucified with Christ, and it is no longer I who live, but it is Christ who lives in me. And the life which I now live in the flesh, I live in faith. The faith of the Son of God, who loved me and gave himself up for me. Cross crucified with Christ. Christ lives in cross. Cross and Christ resurrected. Cross resurrection. Christ's idol gave his life for cross to live. Philippians 2:8. And being found in human form, he humbled himself by becoming obedient to the point of death, even death on a cross. Christ's idol and cross appeared as human. Both died and resurrected in human form. Stephen, second Christ idol. Acts 7:56. And he said, behold, I see the heavens opened up and the Son of Man standing at the right hand of God. Second Christ idol crucified upside down. Acts 7:57. But they cried out with a loud voice and covered their ears and rushed upon him with one accord. Jews rushed at second Christ idol. Acts 7:58. And they threw him outside of the city and stoned him. And the witnesses laid down their garments at the feet of a young man called Saul. Jews stoned Christ's idol. Acts 7:59. And they stoned Stephen as he called upon the Lord and said, Lord Jesus, receive my spirit. Stephen, second Christ idol, thrown to ground, headlong. Spirit, God's law put inside of Christ's idol. Jesus Christ, an idol. Galatians 3:1. O foolish Galatians, who has bewitched you, before whose eyes Jesus Christ was openly portrayed, crucified? Verse states, that Jesus Christ was clearly portrayed as crucified. An idol was crucified.